Hello, this is Sharpe from GameCanon.co.uk, and this time we're looking at datacrons on the planet Alderaan. Now there's 3 datacrons on this planet that you'll be able to pick up easily when you're the right level to be questing here, and there's 2 at the end that I would personally come back for when you're higher level, at least level 40. The first one is in the Doron Mountains. This is the first one, and it's easy to get at level. You start off where I showed on the map, that bridge. You come down here and through this little valley. This is a slightly difficult jump when we get to this part, and it's also a little annoying, much like the Tatooine one where you're waiting for the balloon, although not quite as long a time. Here we wait for this to come up. Now if you fail this jump, you fall all the way down and you have to run all the way around, and you'll have missed it, you'll have gone back down, you've got to wait again. So at this point I'd missed it a couple of times, and when I got on there I just froze. As you can see, I'm starting it out 1 foot on there, just looking casual, but I'm actually, my hands were not on the keyboard or mouse because I didn't want to move. So you just ride that all the way down there, and you drop down onto this little island kind of thing, and that's your +4 aim datacron. This next datacron you'll find in Glarus Valley, and this one's extremely easy to get, although I would imagine very difficult to find without a guide. You're looking up at this, big pillar here that's holding up some kind of aqueduct. Running over here, you just drop down over this rock, jump on this bird thing, God knows what that is. I've edited this trip down, it's that there's a little flight path around here, drops you off at its nest, and that's where you find your +3 presence datacron. Okay, so this next datacron, you're still in the Glarus Valley, which is where we did the last one, but you head into the castle Pantier. It's just, you run into this area, just straight into the main doors, and you're in a big sort of throne room. Hang a left once you come in and run down this sort of side bit, and there's multiple packs of mobs, but none of them will give you any trouble because they're all non-elites. And you see there's a little secret door here, it's kind of blocked off, there's a little gap there. I have to go back here, take care of business, and then through the little secret door. And once you get to the top of these stairs, it's really just a case of following the walkway around. I've edited it down a little, but obviously just trying to give you still an idea of where you should be. You just right out of there and just follow the walkway around. And this next datacron is a +3 willpower datacron. Now the next 2 datacrons, I personally would come back at a higher level. They are both doable at this level because I've done them for the guide. The first one you're going to have to take a couple of deaths, and the second one you are going to have to bring some higher level friends with you. You just won't be able to get to it at this level on your own. But I'll talk you through how to get to them, but I do recommend coming back at a higher level. They do both require a little bit of prep work. You have to go at this vendor I'm going to show you, which is in the Jairus Mountains, down in the south. Now this vendor sells 2 items, one of which is a grapple gun, and one of which is a detonator. You need the grapple gun for the next datacron I'm going to show you, which is fairly doable at this level, and the detonator is for the higher level one. Now you don't actually need the grapple gun for this next one, but I think you're probably going to need it later, and it's worth picking one up because I feel like it's going to be something that's used later on. So you start off here, it's the Alderaan Dam, which is in the Kalmos territory, and this is for a +4 strength datacron. So you just move up to the dam, and this thing with the grapple is a little buggy, so you need to get in the right place, which is on this rock right up towards the wall, because sometimes you'll just click it and it fires you back to where you were. So you click that little panel and you grapple up, which is much cooler than the alternative, which is dropping down onto the little panel, like the little ledge below, and jumping up the ladder. You can just do it in little hops. But why do that when, you can be Jedi Batman? So this one's at the Ruokillik Burrows, which is at the far south of the King's Pass zone. As you can see here, I'm hanging back because in front of me is my level 50 guildmate Varric, who is clearing the way for me, as he also needs this Datacron. So we did a little trade, I show him where it is, and he clears out all the mobs for me. It took us a long time with him doing it on his own because they are all elites. They've got a ton of HP. You're better off, I think, coming back here with a little group when you're higher level, because I couldn't help him at all. So you just follow the path through the map. I'm trying to show the map, you know, a couple of times as I'm going, and it's that little area there that you're heading for. So we just fight through these burrows. Well, Varric fights through these burrows, I stand behind him cowering like a girl. And as we move through, we come up to this area here. This is the area you're looking for. This is that little notch there on the map, and it shows you where we are again. This little thing here, click that, and that's where you plant your detonator and stand well clear. Varric obviously is a braver man than me, as he just goes and sits on an explosive. Hop straight up here, through into here, and this is your Datacron. This is a +3 endurance Datacron. So thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the guide. You know, leave us some comments, request any videos you might want to see, or you can follow us on Twitter @GameCanon. Thanks very much.